Okay, time to start the live Q&A, assuming these features still work, because I've literally only done this one time on this channel. And yeah, looks like it's good. Okay, so in this Q&A, I will be asking questions that were asked on the last Q&A video, and then answer them here. So, first question, let me bring it up. Why is this unlisted? Well, the video was unlisted because I wanted to make a thumbnail for it and have the opportunity to edit it. I didn't do either of those things though. So actually, I think I did make a thumbnail for it. I should have changed it so that the Q&A will go live as soon as it's done. Next question is, the stream went live July 1st, 2019, but then it showed up on my page July 4th, 2019. Yeah, I made the Q&A unlisted so I could edit it. Next question. Is it just me or is this video a bit quiet? It's probably because the recording software, when you have a mic, you want to turn it down a little bit so that it's not too loud. Hopefully that doesn't show up in the chat. And it might be a little bit lower whenever I'm streaming it. Just because, I don't want the mic to be too high up so it doesn't pick up too much background noise, since I can't readily edit it out during a live recording. So, now I'm kind of like a little self-conscious about how loud the mic is. It should be fine though. It's just like the beginning of the video. I think the first one I was just talking in my normal voice. That's probably why it was quieter. Or maybe I was just talking too far away from the mic. Maybe I just need to put the mic closer to my mouth. Next question. You should consider raising the volume the next time you start because I could barely hear anything for the first 10 minutes. Will do. I'm pretty sure it should be raised this time. Next question. Me too. Okay, that's not really a question. Next question. No need to edit this because the Q&A has always been low effort, so why bother putting in more work than necessary, especially since I took like 25 minutes of it all by myself. Oh yeah, I did spend like 25 minutes answering your question last time. Yeah, Q&As don't really take too much effort. They're very low quality, very low effort. Basically, I just talk for like an hour, and then I would just put random WoW footage on it. But the thing is, that hour-long video takes a long time to render. I don't really edit the video other than just removing, like, when I need to go take breaks. To drink some water, to dry out my throat, or maybe go use the restroom in the middle of it. Just those kinds of things, or just breathing too much in the mic. So with the live one, can't really do that much. And I guess that's why I was going for a more quieter voice so that I don't accidentally use my voice too much. So far, no real questions. Here's a real one. This isn't actually really a question though. I just watched your impossible quiz video and it looks like a great money making video. Good job. Misconception about that. The factor crap videos make me almost like no money at all. It's kind of baffling because they're all monetized in the same way. Wait, I need to put on my gaming gloves so that I can be an epic gamer. My factor crap videos, they're all monetized in the same way. It's just, I don't know why they make less. Like, they're 10 minutes. They have the same amount of ads as everything else. And they get, like, normal amount of views, but the ad rates on them are just terrible. There's also the fact that they get, like, no views. But they get almost no views, and they have terrible ad rates, and they don't really drive very much interaction to the channel. If anything, those are the videos with the most amount of spam of like, hi Asmongold. Just lots of, actually the comments on those can be boiled down to two things. People trying to get Asmongold's attention, and people complaining about the intricacies of the questions I asked, and, trying to get technicalities. Like, technically I got this question correct because you didn't add an apostrophe S to this question, which makes it, not valid, and I'm therefore correct, and I got that question right and not wrong. And it's like, okay, whatever. I usually just ignore those. If they're too nitpicky, I have had some valuable feedback from that, though, so I'm not going to completely discount it. But I'm just saying, a lot of the questions are either Asmongold detention ones or nitpicking questions. Especially if Asmongold also nitpicks the same question. Then people just like to parrot his opinions. So, you know, they don't really do very well. They don't drive lots of new people to the channel. It makes almost no money. The saving grace of the series, though, is the fact that they're not hard to make. And I have spent a lot of time and effort into making those videos as easy to make as possible. And if anything, the hardest thing about them is making the actual questions. It's really hard to create questions for those quizzes because of I don't know. It's just like, try making 20 true or false questions. And then when you make them, keep in mind people are going to nitpick every single word in all of your questions. So you have to have everything, you know, you can't have everything perfect, but you do have to be careful. And then, that's it really. Once you get that, you're good to go. That's all I really do. I already killed the boss over here, didn't I? I don't know where to go next. I think I'm lost. Okay, so what was I talking about? Oh yeah, the factor craps. Yeah, like they're easy to make, at least, even if they get like no views and no, you know, interaction with the channel. And also, I kind of like making them. It's kind of like the news videos. You know, there needs to be a couple of little knobs on it, like how well does this do, equal how hard is it to make, and then like the other knob for how much fun do I have doing it, like do I actually enjoy making these. And the factor craps, go back the way you came for the next boss. Okay. And the factor craps, like, they don't do well, they don't drive lots of subscribers, but they don't do terribly either. Like, you know, out of a 1 out of 10, they'd probably perform like a 3 out of 10, which is better than a 1 or 2 out of 10, but that's still not very good, you know, compared to the other series on the channels. And then, wait, do I need to go this way? I can't believe I'm lost in Molten Core. And then when it comes to how easy they are to make, because of how I do those videos, and because I have so much footage of just everything in the game, not very hard to make. I'd say probably like a 6 out of 10 when it comes to difficulty. Just barely 6 out of 10. Not very hard to make, but still, like, even the shortest one takes about 2 to 4 hours to edit, which is not on the same level of ease as like the news videos, which take 30 minutes to an hour to edit, which is so much faster than 2 to 4 hours. But it's still not super difficult, like, you know, making a machinima. That's, you know, 10 out of 10 hardest things to do. So much time and effort for every little thing. And then the enjoyment of them, I'd say that's a solid 6 out of 10 as well. It's pretty fun to come up with questions. But then you also have to wonder, like, how are people going to misinterpret this question? Because, you know, I'll have an intention for it, and when I do the question, everybody gets it wrong because they didn't understand my intentions. And it's like, damn it, that means I didn't word the question correctly enough. So, you know, I'm still, like, thinking about it. It's like, should I just cancel the thing or not? I don't know. Let's give it a little bit more time. I can't just imagine it doing better. It's not really helping the channel, but it's also not that bad. It at least performs better than the news videos, which, you know, if the factor crap videos perform, what was it, a 4 out of 10? Or did I say 3 out of 10? 4 out of 10 is more likely. Then the news videos performed a 2 out of 10, with Dave and DevBot series performing a 1 out of 10. This would be a lot better if I had like a graph on screen to show instead of just making up numbers. Okay, you know, that's it for that. And that's all the questions I was asked last time. That is to say, didn't really have any. So let's go on to chat for now, because there's people talking and I just totally ignored it. I love the factor craps personally. However, you need to make sure A, facts are correct. B, when you edit your videos, you make sure no clues are in the background. Make sure your facts are correct. You know, I do like to put facts in the videos that aren't correct, so I don't know if I can really keep to that. Do you listen to music when you play WoW/make videos? If so, what are your favorite bands/artists? I mean, I listen to music when I'm working. If I'm playing WoW, I'm usually watching like YouTube videos or stuff. It's like, kind of the opposite. Like if I'm playing a video game, that means I can put on a YouTube playlist in the background, and I love doing that. It's one of the reasons I like to play video games like WoW, is because I can like multitask with my entertainment. I can have something else on in the background. But when I'm working, that's usually when I listen to music. And I don't listen to a particular band or a particular genre of music. There's a whole bunch of different kinds, and I don't really know if I have a favorite band. And I honestly don't understand people who do have favorite bands, because I have a lot of songs I like, but they're all from different bands and stuff, and I have tried in the past. Like, ooh, I like this one song that this band did. I'm gonna go look up all their other songs, and I didn't like anything else they made. And that happens so often that I just stopped looking up bands. I was like, I like there's one song, and I don't like anything else they've ever made. Oh boy. And then I tried it again, and again, and again, and the same thing just kept happening. And I was like, is this how everyone is? I don't understand how people can have favorite bands. So, let's see. Greetings from Costa Rica. Greetings, Costa Rica. I like the story videos you used to do, but now the annotations are gone. I'm not sure how you would do it, sadly. The story videos. Oh, man. The story videos, I like those as well. Oh, I totally went the wrong way, didn't I? I don't know why the hell I'm in Molten Core. Oh, wait, I was here for footage. That's right. I just decided to finish it, I guess. So, the story videos, I have 4 of them on the channel, I think. Or maybe only 3. Let me get a drink of water real quick. So I have, like 3 or 4 story videos on the channel, and none of them did well. And they all took an incredible amount of effort to put together. But I did really like making them. That's like the only reason they get made. That's usually the case. Like if a series doesn't do well, and it takes a really long time to make, or it just has a lot of effort put into it, it's usually because I liked making that video. And those are the cases for the story time ones. And those ones are all, a choose your own adventure thing, because I like choose your own adventure stuff. And even without annotations, you can still do it. Like, I haven't actually gone back and changed the videos ever since they removed annotations. And that's because I put links in the video description, like from day one. Like the very first one I made was in 2013. And that one had links in the video description. So if you wanted to play it, you still can, because the links are there. And that's basically how you get around it. They do have end screens, but that's only for the last 20 seconds of the video, and it only allows you to put 4 videos on screen. And also, it shows you a preview of that video, so you'd have to like make a blank thumbnail or something, or a blank title, so people don't figure out what video it is, which you can still totally do. There's, it's not an impossible thing to get around. You would just need to put the links in the video description, and you could have 4 options if you really want the annotations to be on screen. Not really annotations, but I guess you could also use cards. That would probably be a way to do it. But, in order to not limit yourself, there's still just links in the video description. But also, man, did those videos not do well at all. They're terrible for making ad revenue as well. So if I made one of those, it would definitely not because of making any kind of money, it would be because I felt like doing it for fun. And I can only work on so many things that I want to do for fun that also require an immense amount of effort. And I'm currently in the middle of one right now that I've been working on for the past 6 months. So once that one's done, then I can start thinking about other things to do for fun that take a ton of time to make and won't actually make me any money. Because if it did, if I knew it was going to do well, then I could devote actual work time to it and get it done like in a week or two. But that's not the case. I can just listen to you talk, listen to your videos while I fall asleep. Yeah, I get that a lot. Did they redo this place? No. I think he's just like, the last guy is up here. Factor crap videos do great because Asmongold triggers to them. Oh, uh-oh. I forgot that my dogs sometimes bark, and I can't really edit that out during a live stream. They don't usually bark at night, though. Like, I should have been fine. I don't know what they're barking at now. Oh, I guess someone just got home. So factor crap videos do great because Asmongold triggers to them. Here's the thing. They don't do great for me. But for those Asmongold reaction channels, yeah, they do really well. Like, every single factor crap video has, like, infinitely more views on the reaction channels than they do on my channel. Like, people are much more interested in Asmongold taking the quiz than watching the quiz itself, which makes sense because I do the same thing with the other WoW quizzes. Like, I don't go back to the original video and watch it, I just watch Asmongold watch it. Oh, what? Why aren't they spawned up here? I killed every... Oh, I didn't kill that guy, I guess. I didn't know this one didn't spawn over here. Yeah, so, it may seem like they do well because all those reaction videos get a whole bunch of views, but, my videos don't. I also get, like, no subscribers from that either, so it's just, like, almost no benefit to me other than getting my name out there more through Asmongold stream. And I'm already pretty well known when it comes to the WoW YouTube side of things. I don't really need that, but still, A+, at least. It's not all negatives. That is definitely like one of the positives when it comes to the factor crap videos. It's just, not enough of a positive to really justify the whole thing. Top 10 sure are dope. I love them. Heck yeah, top 10s are the best. Recently I did like a little poll on my top 10s. Not a poll. I did data on my top 10 videos. And I went through and I categorized them all and I took the averages. And I originally thought like, top 10s about vanilla WoW or classic WoW stuff. Those are my bread and butter. Those are the ones that always do well. And then when I actually took a poll of all my top 10s and see which ones did the best, vanilla WoW videos ranked 7th out of 11. So, like, in the bottom 50%. And I thought that was hilarious. Here I was thinking, vanilla videos did the best. But no, that's not the case at all. Like, literally everything else I do does better. And the videos that did the absolute best were the ones that go over overpowered things, I think. Oh, I don't actually remember anymore. I know Mount videos did better as well. And also videos in which I talked about, like, the worst things. Those ones did the best. Because I only have 2 worst videos. Like, one on top 10 worst raid bosses. And another one on, like, top 10 worst dungeons, I think. I think those are the only 2 videos I have on the channel that are, like, worst videos. And both of them have over 1 million views, which is really good, by the way. Most people don't ever get a video with 1 million views on their channel. So I need to make more videos about worse topics. Because I also did the same thing on my Yu-Gi-Oh channel, which does a lot more worst videos. Enough where I was able to actually get a really good sample size of, like, top 10 best cards or top 10 worst of these kinds of cards. And on average, the top 10 worst videos did 3 times better in the top 10 best videos. Oh man, they're barking again. Oh, I guess someone just came home again. I hope they're not too loud in the recording, because these are usually the kinds of things I would edit out. They don't usually bark at night, though. I guess people decided to go off and go to the store at night. Whatever. Not a big deal. I totally forgot they were even an issue. I'll have to remember that for next time. I'll just record it later on at night, when I'm sure no one is going to be leaving. You know, that way they don't bark. They don't usually bark at all at night. Doing this in the morning would be a nightmare because, you know, we get packages delivered all the time and stuff. I forgot what I was talking about. Oh yeah, top 10s. On my Yu-Gi-Oh channel, the ones that are about worst type of things performed 3 times better on average, whereas the ones about best, you know, they still did well. But like the top 5, you know, quote unquote worst top 10s on the Yu-Gi-Oh channel did better than the best, you know, top 10 best video on the channel. So, you know, 5 negative videos performed better than the best positive video. People love positivity, but, you know, negativity, I mean. But conversely, you know, here's like the little contradiction of it. At the end of all my videos, I ask for ideas for videos for the next one. And despite the fact that worst videos get the most amount of views, and people obviously like them the most, people only ever request positive videos. Like, hey, do one on the top 10, like, extra deck monsters, or do one on the top 10 best dragons. Like, the overwhelming majority of requests are for positive videos. So if I just listened to my fans, you know, I only ever made videos about things they asked for, I would have never found out that worse videos do better, because no one ever asked for this. They vastly ask for videos that won't do as well. I think it's just a good indication of how fans don't actually really know what they want or what does well. Go back to the way you came, blah blah blah. Here, let me take a moment to catch up on chat before I go kill Ragnaros. What series have historically done the best? Worst ones. I can go more into that after I catch up. Why are you cheating on Kakio with hard leg? And on the thing you're working on for fun for the past 6 months. The thing I'm working on, it's called Rescue Rabbit is Missing. Rescue Rabbit's Adventures. It's a like animated series for my Yu-Gi-Oh channel. So I doubt any of you guys have seen it unless you're a fan of my Yu-Gi-Oh channel. In which case you probably haven't seen it either, because it doesn't do well. It just takes a long time to make. I like your factor crap videos. Personally, I think you just already use most of the good topics. A few of them were just meh, such as random WoW fact or crap. I mean, I have tons of topics to do. I've only been doing topics that I actually like so far. I don't think I can run out of topics with that, because the kind of series it is, and with how big WoW is, you can't really run out of topics. I have a gigantic list of topics I can do. But if it seems like I've ran out of topics, I mean, I never even considered that. It's not the case, though. And I don't think that's why the videos don't do well, either. When I was watching Asmongold Reaction, I felt bad knowing people wouldn't watch the original video. Here's the thing with Asmongold Reactions. That's only the case for the Factor Crap videos. He watches other videos of mine as well, and they get like a boost from him watching it. If he watches like one of my top 10s or something else, you know, like the Garrosh video or the Sourfang video, those videos still get tons of views anyway. Asmongold watching it doesn't negatively impact them at all. People will still want to watch the original of those ones. It's just with quiz videos specifically, like, there's something about those where it's just more fun to watch, you know, a personality you enjoy watch those than it is to watch the video itself. Because I do the same thing. But everything else, you know, it's a completely different story. It's like specifically just quiz videos. Top 10s and everything, his watching it doesn't really affect them, like, at all. If anything, there's only positive connotations from him watching other stuff. Vanilla probably won't really catch on until it actually comes out. People start playing it themselves. Who plays vanilla WoW? Oh, I also like the community tab where you would post a fact with a nice picture every once in a while. All right. Yeah, I need to start doing those again. You see, I used to do those, because I have like a whole bunch of notes I wrote down from the White WoW Diary book, and I was just eventually going to put them all into those things. But it didn't really seem like very many people cared or watched them, and they were taking, not a significant amount of time to make, but not an insignificant amount of time either. They were requiring a little bit of video editing, photo editing, I guess I should say. And I put a compilation of them together and I put it on Reddit, and that didn't do very well either. If anything, people just made fun of my grammar and some spelling mistakes. I was like, I'll put these on hold for now. They're kind of a pain in the ass to make, and no one really likes them that much. So, why waste my time? Because they're fun to have. I can maybe use them again in the future. But for now, that time could be better spent on something else. I love your Factor Crap videos. They're an amazing drinking game. Hey, that's one way to use them. You think you do, but you don't. Oh, it looks like I caught up. Okay, let's go back. Random facts. Oh no, I read everything. I feel like there's something else I wanted to talk about. I wanted to expand upon more. What series have historically done the best? Here's the thing. I did talk about that a little bit. I thought it was... Ooh, did I get anything good? I really should have emptied my bags before I came here. So I used to think like my vanilla videos did the best. I don't think that's really the case though, because I could show you guys the graph if you guys really want to see me go over it. Man, this is what happens when you get on an alt that you never play and run a dungeon. Aloha. Any updates for best/worst raid/boss videos? Man, I wish. That'd be great. Also, thanks for the $2, Jeremy Smith. Here, let me see if I can open it up, actually. I gotta be careful, though, because this is a live stream. I'm pretty sure I can open up my Google Drive without accidentally doxing myself. That's the biggest concern I have for, opening web pages and stuff. Here, I'm gonna go back to my garrison. I don't really give a shit about this stuff. That way, it's not playing the music on me anymore. Okay. I have the list here. Let me just swap to a thing. I feel bad for watching Factor Cat videos Asmongold and not giving you the view. It's fine, because I do the same thing for the other quiz videos he takes. Because I should let you know, I'm a fan of Asmongold too. He has a very charismatic personality. I don't know what it is about him, but he's very interesting to watch. Even if I don't agree with all of his opinions on the game, you don't have to agree with someone to like them. So I watch him take quiz videos of other YouTubers' quizzes without ever watching the actual quiz itself. So, you can't really complain. It's just, I'm the one making the quizzes. So I have to make an executive decision or not of whether I'm wasting my time or not. Because if it's a waste of time and there's no benefits to the channel, then I have to decide to drop those things so that I can use that time on things that do actually benefit the channels. Because I don't have an unlimited amount of free time. And I can't just be wasting my time on things that don't benefit me with my work time. Those would have to be, relegated to free time. I have to make those kinds of decisions. Otherwise, there's so many things I'd love to do. So, I always watch the original first and then do the quiz myself. Yeah, most people don't, though. Let me see if I can open this up. Here it is. So here's the spreadsheet. I don't know if I can actually fit this all into this little screen right here. Nope, I can't. So here's all the things. These are all like the views in thousands. So 248, that's 248,000 views on a video. So these are all rare / hidden videos. The averages are in the second row, and all of the data itself is down here. So let's just go to the results. So video genres, we have, let's see, 2 to 12, 11 of them. So the video genre which performs the absolute best are overpowered X things in WoW, with an average view count of 1,170,000 views, which is so good. Let's go over to the actual thing, overpowered. How many videos does this consist of? What is that? 1, 2, 3, 4. There's only 4 of them. And all 4 of them have 1 million views. And like I said earlier, 1 million views is really good. Most channels never get a video to 1 million views, or they'll have like one video on their channel that has 1 million views or more. So having an entire series hit 1 million views is a good indicator that that's a well-performing series. These are only top 10 videos, I should also mention. So what I should do is make more overpowered things. And then next up we have worst things. There's only 2, and they both have over 1 million views. And that's funny because there's one video that doesn't have 1 million views in the overpowered section, but it's close. 981,000. That's pretty damn close. So worst videos, I really need to work on more of those. Here, let me see if I can bring up my Yu-Gi-Oh stuff so I can show you data from my Yu-Gi-Oh series to show you just how well. Let me put this in here. Here we go. Let me make sure it's all good. Let me open up my chat, even if I'm ignoring it for right now. So here's my Yu-Gi-Oh stats. Here are all of the worst videos. There's a grand total of like 15 of them. And then the best videos, there's 18 of them. Or I guess it's 16 and 18, I don't remember. They both have over 15. So the average view count on the worst videos is 300,000. And then the average is 131,000 for best videos. So negativity does very well. I really need to get more on that because I only have 2 negative videos, worse. Let's see, I feel bad for watching Factor crap videos. I always watch the original first. Aren't you afraid of his horrible alt-right troll harassing fans like T&E? Here's the thing. I'm a straight male. I guess I am mixed race, but my race has nothing to do with it since I have no face cam. I'm a straight male WoW YouTuber. I don't really get those kinds of comments. If I was of a more minority oppressed group, or if I was female, then I'd be more concerned about those kinds of things. So I don't really get comments like that, but I do still get them. It's just like my background doesn't really invite them as much as, if I had a girl on the channel. I guess the top or worst videos are more successful is because that it's still your opinion, unless like Factor Crap videos where it's just straight facts. Wait, what is that? I guess the top or worst videos are more successful is because that it's still your opinion, unlike the Factor Crap videos where it's just straight facts. If anything, videos that are just my opinions don't do well, like at all. They do so badly that I don't even really add them to the list because I don't actually consider them real videos. So I have a couple of like opinion-based ones, like my top 10 favorite things from Legion, I think was the last one I made. It's technically a top 10, but since it's just my opinions on things, I don't actually consider it a real top 10 video. So I wouldn't actually categorize it with all these other real videos, which are actually based on like facts and stuff. Because that really goes into a different topic altogether of like, how do you make interesting top 10s? And I'm not sure I really want to give away those secrets. Because I have it all down to like a science. I usually watch your videos even if the title doesn't seem that interesting because your voice is so calming and the editing is top tier. Yeah, see, that's all about like my branding. I do lots of things specifically so that, you know, people will do exactly what you do. Watch all my videos even if they're not really that interested in it, because I've set a standard of quality in which they can enjoy a somewhat decent video no matter what. If I had like a worse brand, you know, people would only ever watch videos if it pertained to them specifically. But I go for a more general appeal. Into the History of Power Words is your best video, though. Okay. Are you considering a single video to be in 2 categories at once, like vanilla broken at the same time? Yeah. Yeah, I do that. Like if a video is about vanilla stuff and broken stuff, I put them in both of these categories. You know, because technically it's about both of those topics. So, like the raid bosses, I think one of them is about overpowered raid bosses. I don't think so. So right over here, we have rare/hidden, and then we have a mount category. And you see both of these have the exact same amount, 1.9 million. And that's because I think my best video on the channel is top 10 rarest mounts. So that would both qualify for the rare category and the mount category. So yeah, I split them up. Like a video I released recently is top 10 weirdest weapons from Vanilla WoW, which fits into 3 categories. It fits into the weird category, it fits into the vanilla category, and it fits into the items category. So that's how I, put them out. Love what you do. The only criticism is that you're too critical on yourself. You do good work, are smart and mostly funny. Love you. Why, thank you. I mean, if you're not... I really don't want to fall into trappings that I've seen other YouTubers do. Like, here's this thing. I have this rule. If anything, Taliesin proved exactly why I have this rule in the first place. And I don't like to talk negatively about other YouTubers. At all. If I can help it. And if I do talk about them by name, I want it to be something positive. You know, that way someone can't clip my streams and start a whole drama thing like what happened with Taliesin and Asmongold. Because on streams, you're kind of just like talking through your thoughts, and it's real easy to take those kinds of things out of context. Or, you know, maybe you didn't even have a fully formed opinion on something, and then you say something. That all being said, I forgot why I started talking about this. Oh, criticism. Yeah, most YouTubers have huge egos. If anything, I think that's like a requirement to be a YouTuber, is to just have a big opinion of yourself, you know, a big ego. You know, me included. I'm no exception to that. I've just noticed that because I talk to a lot of these other YouTubers. And there's also a thing where if you have a big ego and you have nothing but fans that just reinforce, you know, that everything you do is perfect, then you just start discounting all criticism as it's not valid, as you just, you know, think of them as haters who don't know what they're talking about, and then you never grow. You never find out, like, why your channel isn't getting views anymore. And you think, man, it must be YouTube's algorithm. Gosh darn it. If only it wasn't the algorithms on YouTube and the demonetization. It's definitely not me, because my fans tell me I'm perfect. You know, I don't want to get into that mindset. So I have to be critical of myself, and I also invite criticism from my closest fans. Like, if you go to my Discord, half of what they talk about is just making fun of me, constantly. Or if there's a mistake in the video, they'll point it out and make fun of me about it. And I invite that kind of thing because it, like, keeps me grounded. It makes sure I don't get, you know, too into myself, and I can actually see legitimate flaws so that I could try to improve on them. And I think it's a good way to go about it. You know, you don't want to Surround yourself with yes men. Otherwise, you just live in a bubble of people agreeing with you. Here, let's go back over here. Top 10 weapons with lore behind them. Have you done that? I just hit it. Let me bring it back up. Let me bring this back up. The averages. Okay, let's go over to the averages. Look at the two least performing top 10s. Lore related and items. So, top 10 weapons with lore behind them. Not a good idea. Here's the thing though, like, even the worst performing genre of top 10s on my WoW channel still performs very well, against my Yu-Gi-Oh channel stuff. The Yu-Gi-Oh channel does very well for itself. It's a successful channel. If my WoW channel died tomorrow, I'd still be able to do YouTube full time because of how well the Yu-Gi-Oh channel does. That being said, the WoW channel just does better. It's really good. I don't think there's a single real top 10 with less than 100,000 views, which is really good. I was actually surprised to learn that. I'm sure I have a couple of top 10s with less than 100,000 views, but all of those would either be like joke videos or videos I don't consider real top 10s, like, top 10 favorite things about Legion, just my opinions on things. How skilled are you in Excel? Not very skilled. I took a course in statistics in college and I hated it, but damn, do I know how to make tables with averages now. That's about it. I don't remember anything else. Okay, together they become stronger. I think that's good for now. I don't really want to be here forever. I do have like a book full of things to ask myself though. Like, what do you love about yourself? Wow. Okay, so I have this book right here called 3,000 Questions About Me. Because I didn't really have any questions, so I was just going to read through this. I ended up being able to talk about nothing for 40 minutes, though. But what are the chances that that's the first thing I pick at random from this book when I was just talking about YouTubers and big egos? What do you love most about yourself? God, I don't know if I'd be able to pick one thing. I don't know if listing out every good quality I think I have would be very prudent for my image. If anything, you really want to give off the opinion that you're humble, that, you constantly find faults in yourself. I'd much rather talk about my faults than my positives, even if I do think very highly of myself. Just because it doesn't come off as very likable. Why does this keep glowing? I don't know. After a long, hard day at work or school, what do you like to do? I don't know. Here's the thing. So, like, I work all day. Like, as soon as I wake up, I'll do a little bit of work, and then I'll eat breakfast, and I'll come back, and I'll work a little bit, and then I'll play WoW, and I'll work a little bit, and then I'll raid or do something else, play D&D, and then I'll work a little bit, and then I'll take a break to eat, and then I'll work a little bit. Like, that's how my entire day is I just intermingle working with just normal activities throughout the day. So it feels like I work all day, and I don't actually stop working until midnight. That's when I have like a hard stop. You're not allowed to do work anymore. So because of that, I had the misconception that I used to work all the time. And then I also log on my hours. I've been doing it for like the past 6 years. So I went back and actually looked at my hours. And I work like part-time hours if I add it all up. I was like, God, that's abysmal. Sure, I work all day, but maybe for like an hour or two at a time, and then I'll take like an hour or two break, and that really adds up to not very much work, unless it's a day in which I'm editing a lot. And because of that, I don't really have an after work or after school thing. I'm constantly working. So I guess what happens at midnight when I actually force myself to stop, I read for 2 hours before I go to bed. Okay, so those are some interesting questions. Let's see, maybe I'll do one more. Biggest risk you've ever taken? Is YouTube a risk? I guess that would be a risk, huh? Okay, so this will be the last question I answer. With YouTube, you see, I got fired from my customer service job I had for 5 years. That's a whole other story that I've probably told in Q&A videos before. And I was also like kind of the babysitter for my nephew at the time. And, you know, I was in a position where I had almost enough to pay the bills, but not quite enough to like pay for food and stuff or like any of my utilities. I was really strapped for cash, but I had just enough, you know, as long as I just stretched to like $10 for a week's worth of budget, you know, I could survive. And I really just need to find a new job. And I also thought at this time I should try doing YouTube. And there was a point where, you know, I wasn't having luck finding another job. And I was super poor that I thought, man, my YouTube channel, it's not doing well, but what if it did? So I put a lot of effort into that instead of looking for a job. And it paid off in the end. But man, did I come close to not being able to pay the bills for a few months. And I guess that'd probably be like the biggest risk I've taken that I can really think about. But I don't really know if that's a risk or not, because like if I wasn't able to pay the bills, I could have just borrowed money. I guess that was like my biggest risk, was I was super close from having to borrow money that I wouldn't be able to pay back. And then luckily YouTube worked out and I didn't have to get a job. Yeah, that was basically the only thing was, you know, if it didn't work out, I'd have to borrow money or, you know, go back to trying to find a part-time job. But I didn't have to do it. YouTube ended up paying my bills after a year and a half, thanks to the top 10 hardest raid bosses video. That video did so well that it single-handedly allowed me to do YouTube full-time. Like, I went from I had like 5,000 views, 5,000 subscribers at the time. And that video brought me up to like 20,000 in like a month or two. Like it, you know, quadrupled my subscriber count or tripled it. And the growth just kept going. Like, you know, it was like one of those gigantic spikes in views I got that just never stopped. Usually some channels, they'll get like a viral video, they'll get a huge jump in views, and then that's it, and then they never get it again, and then, you know, 5 years later they still get almost no views or subs. I do know some channels like that. They're impressive. I call them unicorns because it's so rare. Most people quit eventually. But since the video of mine that did really well was just one video amongst many other similar types of videos, I think that's what allowed the channel to do well. It's kind of like, you know, if you do nothing but like the same thing and one of those videos does very well, then people are going to notice the rest of your channel having the exact same thing, and they're going to watch all of those videos. And that's basically what happened. They went back and watched everything else I made, and that was enough to propel me to YouTube full-timeness, even if I wasn't making very much. I was definitely making enough to have more than $10 a week for food, though. Funny story. How do you stretch $10 into food for a week? You know, for breakfast, lunch, and dinner? The answer to that question was like tuna sandwiches, I think. And noodles. I don't know if I was rich enough to afford eggs, though. I definitely lost a lot of weight. Do a transmog top 10? How about no? I don't know enough about transmog. Okay. I'm gonna go now. If you have questions for the next Q&A, please leave them as a comment, so that I can answer them in the next video. It's been a long time since I've had to actually get questions for myself for these videos, but then again, this is a new thing where I'm doing it as a live stream instead of a normal video. If it doesn't do well, if people just prefer the old way, I'll begrudgingly go back to the old way. I'd much rather do it this way, though, because it's easier on me. So, Until next Q and A, or if you're watching this live, until tomorrow when I do my WoW stream on Friday mornings. See ya.